You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, Bold fans, it's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and wow, do things fall apart fast for Hope Logan in the week and days ahead. Thomas Forrester is back with a new woman, and everything's about to come crashing down in his ex's life. Let's talk about the fallout from the stunning reveal that he is engaged to Paris and what Hope does next. But hey, if you're not following us already, please click that subscribe button. All right, so last week, Hope Logan was really down in the dumps after her mom, Brooke Logan, lectured her yet again on stopping her feelings for Finn. And then when Ridge Forrester walked into the design office, remember, he could sense something was off, emotions were high. But of course, Hope and Brooke were not going to tell Ridge that Hope has caught feelings for Finn. So Hope told him a partial truth. She told Ridge she's still having a really hard time with Douglas and Thomas leaving town, and she admitted tearfully she was struggling. And so that was the damp and dark mood she was in. And then she went to slump in a chair in the CEO office. And that's when Douglas Forrester walked into the room. Hope's reaction was shocked disbelief and then pure joy on her face when she got to hug her son after 3 months apart. And then there was Thomas also standing in the door, looking all sexy with a double dose of dimples as he said simply, "Hello, Hope." I could see in her face, she thought, oh, Thomas came back to me. Thomas came back for me. Everything's going to be all right. My life's going to click back together. That's what she thought. And that relief and happiness, it was just instantaneous. You could see it all on her face. Annika Noelle did a good job in those scenes. Unfortunately, then we had the most recent episode, Monday the 24th. Thomas crushed her. The last time they were in a room together, he devastated her when he walked away after she rejected his marriage proposal for the second time. She says she doesn't want to get married, but at the same time, she didn't want to lose him. And she still, as she told Ridge last week, still doesn't want to get married. So I think, her instant reaction was Thomas came back to resume the relationship on my terms, just, like she wanted. That's what she's thinking. But Hope Logan just got a big fat reality check written by Thomas, and it is going to continue this week because moments after she asked if Thomas came back to give them another shot, Paris Buckingham walked in the door, and then Douglas called Paris mom, which I think is kind of quick. But anyway, Hope's jaw dropped as she saw that giant 2-stone diamond ring on Paris's finger, and Paris is clearly in co-parenting mode with Thomas. She had her hand on Douglas's shoulder, and Thomas, Paris, and Douglas standing there together look like a happy little family. And we're going to have more this week of Thomas telling Hope he and Paris fell in love and he proposed. Hope's going to be gobsmacked. Thomas, is a one-woman man, and it looks like he has transferred his affection to another woman. And, Hope thought he came back to her. He didn't. Thomas came back home to resume his life in LA, his married life with Paris, where they are going to be co-parenting. Heck, maybe they're already talking about having a baby together. Douglas has this new mother figure in his life, and all of this crushes and horrifies Hope at the same time. And she, I think, is going to try her best and put a stop to this, to fix it, to get it how she wants. Of course, Hope has no reason prior to this to dislike Hope. I don't think Paris has been anything but kind and friendly towards Hope, but that's all about to change, I suspect, because on Tuesday, Douglas spends some time with Steffi and Ridge while Thomas talks to Hope. Don't know if Paris is going to be in the room or not. I'm assuming she's not based on the tenor of the conversation they have, because official B&B spoilers say Hope asks Thomas, forget this engagement, choose me. But the thing is, she knows Thomas is loyal. If this were 5 years ago, I might think, okay, maybe Thomas is using Paris to trick Hope to get what he wants, like he did when he was romancing Paris's sister, Zoe Buckingham. Remember, he proposed to Zoe. They had their wedding, and up until they walked down the aisle, he was using all that to try and lure Hope closer. Hope exposed his trickery on the day of his fake wedding. So she has made a scene at a wedding with him to a Buckingham. So maybe it happens again. But this thing with Thomas and Paris, I'm pretty sure it's the real deal. So I do suspect that when Hope asked Thomas to dump Paris and reunite with her, he's going to say no. He's going to tell her that he did love Hope and she'll always have a place in his heart as a co-parent and as exes, but they are fundamentally incompatible because they want different things. He wants to settle down. He wants to be a husband and a father, and Hope basically wants him stroking her ego and other body parts, giving her all that hot nookie, telling her how wonderful she is. And of course she wants that. I mean, duh. But their relationship was very imbalanced. She took far more from Thomas than she was giving. Basically, her presence was a gift to him, and he just gave her love, gave her support, gave her professional, just gave and gave and gave. And I suspect he and Paris are on more equal footing, and it's probably a much healthier relationship, free from obsession and that messy, messy history. So after Thomas rejects Hope when she begs, I'm guessing she's not going to give up. I think she seems to be continuing on this dark path and could be headed downhill fast. It's going to be exacerbated when Thomas tells his dad, Ridge, he and Paris plan to marry very soon. I do expect Hope may run to Finn and bawl about Thomas coming back engaged and him to tell her that she's too good for Thomas, as he's done in the past. And at that point, when Finn's comforting her, she might even make a play for Finn. If she does, I'm quite certain Finn is going to reject her too. He is also a one-woman man, and he is all about Steffi. I just don't see him cheating, despite Hope's vivid fantasies of exactly that. I feel like we could see this script flip, and Hope is the one obsessed and plotting a way to steal Thomas from his fiancée, Paris. I mean, maybe Hope will run out and get herself a Thomas mannequin to get herself through this crisis. But this could all culminate in Hope making a big scene at their wedding. I also wonder if we might have a medical storyline coming for her, because we have this lab tech cameo. It's somebody semi-famous, D-list, at the hospital where Lee and her son Finn work. So maybe Hope's getting some lab work done because her neurological symptoms worsen. She's had the headache. She's having hallucinations. So will Hope maybe show up, make a scene at the wedding, disrupt it, and then collapse? I mean, wait to see. But I do expect Thomas's happy new life could be what tears the last threads apart that are holding a very fragile Hope Logan together. Look for all of this to amp up, and we may actually see Thomas and Paris's wedding date set for July sweeps. You never know. That kicks off this week on Thursday the 27th and carries through the third week of July. So let me know what you think. Can Hope convince Thomas to ditch Paris? And if not, will she try again at his wedding and make a spectacle of herself? Let me know what you think. Hey, subscribe if you haven't, and if you have and are following us, thank you so much. Be sure to come back soon. We're here talking Bold and Beautiful 7 days a week with me, Belinda from Soap Dirt.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.